So today I'm going to show you how you can achieve a glossy, well hydrated, dewy skin with very few amount of products. I'm going to use all my products are going to be cream based. Okay, so that's the key of getting the look of very well hydrated, moisturized skin without looking dry. So what I'm going to have already primed my face. I have my moisturizer and my sunscreen on, and now I'm going to use a skin tint. Okay, a skin tint is a very good choice if you don't need too much coverage, if you have kind of okayish skin. Like I have quite a lot of acne marks, but it's not too bothersome for me. For those of you who have a lot of scarring and you want to hide those marks, the first thing that you will do is color correct. Okay, so use a peachy toned color corrector for to hide any blue black kind of dark tones under your eyes, or any acne marks that have become old, and any fresh acne scarring which are more red. You need to use a green color corrector. Okay, so I will talk about color correction in a separate video, but for today I'm using this color corrector by Bobbi Brown. This is in the color Bisque, and you just need a very tiny amount, like so, just like that. And I am going to place it right under my eyes, just to cancel out the extra darkness that I see. Okay, nothing major. It is not going to add any heavy coverage, but it's just going to cancel out the darkness. So you see the difference between this eye and this eye instantly. This is a very good product, and the thing with high-end products is that you basically pay for the quality of the product, and the amount of it, this costs 3,000 rupees. But if you want one and done thing, just to get your color correction done quickly without putting too much of an effort, just using your fingers, this is something that you can invest in. And you just need a tiny bit. Okay, you have this much amount of product in the tube, and I'm sure this is going to last you for a really long time, because for each use you just need to touch it with your finger barely and use it to correct your dark areas. So for the under eye, if you are somewhere around my skin tone, if you're NC25, this color is going to suit you. If you are if you're if you're not too warm, okay, if you're in the neutral skin tone, then anything more neutral as a color corrector like this Bisque one is going to suit you. If you are more warm, then you need something more peachy, more orangey. But if you're a neutral, this Bisque color is the perfect tone to correct any kind of darkness. So you can see instantly my under eyes look a lot more brighter without overdoing it. Okay, so now that my color correction is done, I am going to go ahead with the skin tint. And this is a skin tint I have talked about in my previous video. This is by Lovechild Masaba, and this is the Skip Everything skin tint. This is a very good quality skin tint. It is comparable to a lot of high-end skin tints. And what I like about it is the coverage is very good. For it to be a skin tint, it's very decent amount of coverage. So I would take about that much amount, not more than that. You need very little amount. Start always with a very tiny amount of product. You can use your fingers or a brush. It's totally up to you. Even with a brush, this works well. I don't like the brush that comes with the product. It's kind of very stiff and harsh on my face. So I like to use my own brush. And it just spreads out very evenly easily, quickly, without much effort. You don't need too much blending with this product. And the best part is it doesn't make your skin look patchy or dry, doesn't cling to dry patches. It's very, very easy to blend and it leaves a very nice, natural, glowy kind of a finish. So just with that much amount, I covered the entire face of mine. And the brush that I'm using here is PAC 247. It's a very good all-purpose brush if you want to invest in one and done brush that you would use it for your foundation, for your contour, for your blush. You can use this one for any blending of cream products, powder products. It has an angle, so it works well to do your contour as well. And this is a brush that I would recommend to a lot of you if you don't know which brush to buy. So now that our skin tint is on, and with the color corrector underneath the eye area, I can judge myself to see, do I need a little more brightness under the eyes? Okay, so if you feel that you need a little more brightness, you can go ahead with a concealer color that is a few shades lighter, just to use as a highlighter. So I'm using the color number 3 in the Swiss Beauty concealer. I'm just dotting it here and 3 dots, little on the bridge of the nose, here, and maybe the chin. That's it. Let your concealer sit for at least about a minute so that you get the maximum coverage out of it. Because if you start blending it almost immediately after applying the concealer, after placing the concealer, since the product is very, very wet, you get almost half the coverage. And if you want to get the maximum amount of coverage, let it rest for some time and you will be amazed by how much more coverage you're getting out of your concealer. Okay, at this point of time, you can do your hair, you can dye your hair, whatever, but give it at least a minute. All right, so it's almost been a few seconds, not a minute exactly. And you don't need to rub it too hard into your skin, just pat it. Okay, pat, pat, pat should be your motion. Just pat it in your skin and see it disappear. See how beautifully that disappears, giving you coverage and that brightening effect. And since you use very little amount, it's not going to crease under your eyes. And remember that we're not using powder, okay? So you need to use very, very small amount of a creamy concealer so that you don't crease. Also, when you let your concealer dry for a minute before blending it in, you will not crease as much and you will use less powder. Or even you can even skip the powder because the concealer has dried before you started blending. So when you blend a comparatively drier concealer, it makes a huge difference. At this point of time, if you feel that you need to, focus on the darkness around your mouth, around the nose, you can do that too. Again, give it a minute and then blend it. For the purpose of this video, I'm not editing the video, I'm not cutting it so that it's not too long, and I'm not waiting. That's why I'm not waiting in for too long for my concealer to sit. But normally when I'm not shooting and I'm doing my makeup, I will try to give some time for the concealer to set in before I start blending. So now that your base is done, it's important to not go ahead and powder it immediately, all right? For today's look specifically, I'm avoiding the powder because I'm going for that very flushed, natural looking skin. And what I'm going to do is um, use a blush which is creamy. So I'm using the PIXI blush today. I don't like to use, swipe it because of hygiene reasons. I like to pick it up with my finger. I hope the camera is picking up. This color Fleur is very, very baby light pink. There are some other colors in this range, which is one is the coral one and the other one is the ruby one. So this color will show up only if you are NC30 and fairer, because it would tend to not show if you are anyone darker than NC35. And because of the lighting, I guess, you're not seeing much of the color. It's very, very subtle pink, which is a very good color for a daytime look or an office look, where you don't want to look too colorful but you want to look glowy. So that's how the blush looks like. And now that we have the blush on, I'm also going to use the bronzer from the same range. And you don't need blushes. I'm sorry, you don't need brushes to blend these products because they're very, very creamy and easy to blend with your fingers. So that's a very, very beautiful bronzy color to give some dimension back into your face, because the skin tint took quite a lot of, shadows off your face. So you need to add that back so that you look sharper and you're creating those fake shadows. So for this entire makeup look, basically you can absolutely do without any kind of brushes because you don't need any really. I'm also going to contour my nose, and for that I'm just going to draw a line on the sides of my nose like so, and blend it in. Because the face is so glowy, there's a lot of reflection, the camera is not catching the colors exactly. There's a lot of reflection because of the lights that I'm using also. So this is how my skin looks like, which is absolutely glowy, glass-like skin. And this is the beauty of this kind of a makeup. And for the lips, you can go ahead and use a tint instead of a lipstick. I'm using the one by Dior. This is a very beautiful color. It has a very tingly feel to it, and it leaves a stain. Okay, these are lip tints by Dior. And the color that I'm using is Natural Nude. So that's how it looks. And now the time for some brows. To match the glossiness that's going on, we are going to do a very laminated kind of a look for our brows. And I'm using my e.l.f. gel for my brows, which is one of my absolute favorite thing to use to do my brows. Okay, it sets the brows in place and it makes them look absolutely laminated. So take a small bead of gel and place it in such a way that you can give shape to your brows. Okay, you can make your brows look a little feral by, making them stand out a little, not too much. It's up to you what you like. And I just try to add that feral look to my brows just towards the beginning and not towards the end. Towards the end, I like to lay them flat, like so. Again, I'm taking a small bead and just placing that while achieving that feral brow look by making some of the brow hairs stand up towards the beginning of my brows and the rest towards the end. I'm just making them lay straight. I hope you can see this, the effect that you get from this product. I absolutely love it. And now give this a moment to dry out. And once it's dry, you can go back into your brows and draw hair-like strokes wherever you feel there is a sparse space, there is a scanty hair, or you need more hair pieces, so that you can draw it out with a thin angled brush. Now, till the time this is drying, I would like to go back and I would like to give my lips a little more shape, and for that I'm just going to use a pencil and just draw an enhanced line all over my lips just to give them a little pouty look. If you want to use a topper, you can use that too. This is a glitter lipstick by Focallure, and I found it on Hoke Makeup, okay, and I literally got obsessed by how glittery this looks. When you see this, it's very glittery on the tube as well, and very gorgeous. And you can't wear it by itself because it's too pale, so I like to wear it as a lip topper over my nude or pretty colored lipsticks. It adds a very beautiful shine to your lips, and this color is called Sour Sugar. All right. Now I feel that I would like to add a little bit of more gloss to my face. All right, and for that I'm using this MAC Stobe Cream. You just need a tiny amount, okay, that much. And what you need to do is just use it on your high points of your face. The glow that you will get is insane. You just need a bead size amount, okay, not much. Now time for the lashes. And before the lashes, I would like to add something on my lids, on my eyelids, and that's this shiny little eyeshadow. Using a creamy eyeshadow is the trick here, because that is going to look very, very natural. It's going to blend in with the rest of your makeup and not look too powdery. Just focus on the center of your lids. These are one and done eyeshadows. You don't need any blending, shading, okay? You just have to lay it all over your eyelid. And the color is this. It's a very beautiful color. It has a lot of sheen and it's kind of a nude with a lot of shine to it. So I'm just focusing on the entire lid space. You can see the difference, right? And now that your eyeshadow is on, it's time for your lashes. I'm going to curl my lashes first. And then I'm going to apply mascara. I'm using a very light coat, a very light coat of mascara, because I want this makeup look to look very natural. And if you overdo the mascara, that natural look is gone. So making sure that my lashes look separate, more importantly, coated with mascara so that they stand out black and nice and create a contrast. And just giving them that push that they need. Do your lower lashes too. And now time to go back to your brows. So for the brows, I'm using the e.l.f. brow pomade and taking a small angled brush. I'm just going to pick up a very small amount. Make sure that your brush is not clumpy and draw just a few hair-like strokes wherever I absolutely need some. So that's it. And that completes today's makeup look. To set all of this creaminess in, what we need to do is do a nice shower of a fixing spray. So the makeup fixing spray that would absolutely make your makeup look this glow last longer is this airbrush setting spray by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to spray a good amount so that, you know, my makeup sets in place without budging the rest of the day. So that's how my finished makeup looks like. I hope you enjoyed this video, found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and also comment below if you would like to go for such glowy looks without making it too complicated. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to read your comments, and I will see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.